Hi, Gary Lehman in San Diego. I want to talk about enharmonics on the harmonica. I have here a CX12. Enharmonics on the chromatic harmonica are notes that you can play in more than one location. For example, the bottom note, there's only one place you can play it. That's a C. Blow 5 is also a C. And on a standard tuned harmonica, chromatic harmonica, you can also play it on blow 4. Now I have changed this instrument so that that's a B flat now. It's a standard kind of tuning called bebop tuning. And I use it because it works very well for me. But that's an enharmonic. Blow 4 and 5 are the same note, and you can play them one or the other depending on what scale you're playing or what song you're playing. But I want to talk about the other ones. The other two are F. F can be played either as blow 2 with the button, or draw 2 with the button. And the same thing is true for the C. You can play the C as draw 4 with the button, or blow 5. You can also, as I said before, play it as blow 4, but not for me. And that's one of the things I'm talking about here. I'm proselytizing for the bebop tuning on the standard chromatic harmonica. You get a B natural if you play the blow number 4 with the button. And notice how I'm scooping it. See, this is part of the thing about chromatic. The charm is to chip these notes, to scoop them. For my money. And I'm the one buying this. I bought it, I paid for it. When you buy a chromatic harmonica and then you want to be able to play a chromatic harmonica, it's better for you if the notes are in the same place all the time. So you kind of want to make the change to a tuning and get used to it. That's great advice. I'm not taking it. I've been experimenting with all kinds of different tunings and I'm still doing it. But I know that your best bet is to settle on a tuning. So I'm trying to convince you that you should change to this tuning. It's the bebop Meisterklasse tuning, where it starts on 5 below. But before I get you to retune it for Meisterklasse, I'm just trying to convince all you chromatic harmonica players out there to tune blow 4 down a whole step. Here's the reason why. When you're playing in keys other than C, you want to be able to access the notes that are changed. Now, in sharp keys, you sharp the 7 as you change around the wheel, and flat keys, you flat the 5. I play in sharp keys a lot. I'm a guitar player, but there's no good, I haven't figured out a good alteration of the tuning other than playing in different keyed harmonicas, and I'll talk more about that at another point, for sharp keys. So I'm just playing, you know, that. I'll use an A harmonica, and that already has 3 sharps. A has 3 sharps in the key signature. But for flat keys, for example, you can play in the key of F without the button. So you can play in C or F, both without the button. Or very convenient. I like not having to use the button unless you want to play in certain systems. I play by position. You know, like cross harp on a standard 10-hole harmonica is G. So the B flat gives you a given that is in the key of F and also in B flat. So B flat, which for me is a little funny, it's better now because it has a given, right? The note is here. So there's only one button push required for B flat. Same thing for E flat. And E flat is a key that I have not mastered because I'm really just starting out on chromatic harmonica. It's been like 5 years. There are many who play chromatic harmonica much better than me. But for E flat, for example, that's a real great place where there's all those enharmonics. not at the root. Now, as you might know, when you're playing music, when you're playing a melody, you start and end on one a lot, and you'll play off chordal centers, so 3 or 5, and you do different things off those 2 places. So this works real well for me in the key of G. The B flat is the minor third as well as the major third, right? So if you play a blues, cross harp works real well on the chrome once you flat that 4 blow. And same thing then is true for the flat keys. Chromatic is really sweet on flat keys. Past E flat, of course, is A flat. Well, all you have to do is put the button in, and you have the same arrangement of tones that I just talked about for the G, for A flat. Past A flat is D flat. Hey, guess what, boys and girls? Button in, C, the standard tuning. Past that is F sharp, G flat. So I recommend, if you can at all, investigating this tuning. Let me just recap. C, D, E, F, G, A, B flat, B, C. You don't need 2 C's in a row. Not if you're smooth enough to not accidentally hit blow 4. That's the real problem. Let's say you're playing Moon River. You don't necessarily want a dominant 7th in Moon River or Misty. So don't play that note. But it gives you a lot more options. So I recommend buy an inexpensive harmonica if you need to. The Educator by Hohner is $35 for a 10-hole chromatic harmonica. There are some others. I didn't like the Chrometa, so I don't recommend that. Time to turn into a partridge in a pear tree. Merry Christmas, everybody. Gary Lehman from San Diego signing off.